Hello everyone, this is Ming Jong. Welcome to another episode of the daily market analysis for the S&P 500 E-minutes futures for the session of 29th of September. So in this video, I'm going to share with you the market recap from yesterday's session, and I will include the trade review, which I will cover the entry, the exits, and also the rationale behind. And in the trade review, I will explain in detail on how I actually trade the trend reversal by spotting the supply and demand in corresponds to the support resistance area so that we can have a high winning rate. And going forward, I will also cover the bias, the key levels that I'm watching, and also my trading plan for the session later. Alright, so let's just get started. As we can see in this daily chart for the S&P 500, so as expected, the descending wedge here was in play, and we just broke out from this descending wedge and with a relatively quality rally in the past 2 days. Since Friday, we have a change of character bar shown up, and on a Monday we have the continuation to the upside to break out of this descending wedge. Alright, so everything seems relatively bullish at the moment. We haven't really seen a meaningful backup action so far. They could come in later or just in the US session, or you just need to wait how it actually unfolds. So regarding for the volume, it has been decreasing a little bit, which is normal, and I'm not too concerned about the volume at the moment. Let me just get down to the hourly time frame, and let's take a look what's exactly happening for the session yesterday. So you can see that prior to the US opening session, we have a very nice rally up. So majority of the movement happened during the Globex period, the Asian time zone, and also the European London time zone as well. But in fact, during the US session, it's kind of just inch up a bit more. So majority of the movement happened during this Globex session. But you can see that one key point is actually this immediate resistance level at around 33.20, which I mentioned in my video yesterday. So it actually just broke out during the non-RTH session and followed by a test during the US session, and subsequently it just inch up for a bit more here. Okay, and let me just get down to the 3 minutes time frame, and let me talk about how to actually trade the trend reversal by spotting the supply and demand, and together with the support resistance level, so that we can have a confluence in the trading strategy. So as you can see in this 3 minutes chart, I have already marked up my trade here. So here's my trade. Before I dive into the setup, let me give you a bit of the context, because in trading, context is very important. We can't really just narrow down or focus purely on the price, or purely on just the pattern alone, or just on the volume alone. So we just need to read everything in the context. So just prior to the US opening session, we have this nice run up. So this is a very straightforward uptrend and very nice run up. And also we see that actually just broke out from the falling wedge, and this is the reaction that we had during the US opening session. Is tested this breakout bar here. So if we just go back to the hourly time frame, let me just show you what I am actually referring to. So the 33.20 resistance level and in conjunction with this breakout bar is very important. So you can see that I have marked up this 3320 resistance level. It has one touch, second touch, and we have this breakout bar happen during the just prior to the US opening session. So this reaction during the first hour of the opening session actually is a test of this breakout bar and also the support level at 3320 as well. So I just take the advantage to leverage on the the support area at 3320 and trade accordingly with supply and demand justification. So let me show you what I mean by just spotting at the supply and demand. So basically, we have determined the levels. It just reacted and tested the level at 3320. Although it didn't really touch 3320 here, it just kind of reached 3322.5 or 23. It's close enough. And if we just take a look at this breakout bar, it certainly tested this breakout bar. So the level has been determined. Now we just want to find some kind of the demand to see whether there is presence of demand so that we can have the continuation to the upside. Because by just simply touching or testing at the support level alone is simply not enough. A lot of the time it might just bounce, but it couldn't have upside follow through if the demand wasn't present. So what I'm going to show you is to determine how to actually spot the demand and also the supply as well. So let's just focus on the Dow reaction. So this downswing alone. So that's happened during probably the first half an hour. So we have this downswing in the first half an hour. So by just dive into this downswing, we can see that there is a bit of the shortening of the downward thrust. So it might not be very obvious to you, but there is a shortening of the downward thrust, and especially if you just compare these two bearish bar, the last one is a hammer, and this bearish bar here is quite a straightforward bearish bar. You can see that the thrust to the downside is getting shorter. So there's definitely shortening of downward thrust, suggesting that the down momentum is fading. And if we just take a closer look at this bar here, so this is the hammer and this is the bearish bar, and when I compare these two, firstly, the spread of this hammer is small compared to this big bearish bar here. Maybe it's about 50%, but take a look at this volume. So the volume compared to the big bearish bar here is about the same. So with the similar of the effort on this hammer bar, what we have is actually a small candle. And not only the small candle in terms of the price spread, but we also have no commitment to the downside. So instead of having to progress downwards like this, so that's the close, and that's the progress. And the progress to the downside is tiny. So this is a very tiny progress. And although we have this downside test, but eventually get some demand and bought up and have this demand tail shown up as well. So definitely there is demand come in this bar. So now we have confirmed that there is demand coming in on this bar, and also we have a loss of the down momentum, and we have tested this breakout bar or this immediate resistance turn support level at 3320. Now we just need to wait for a confirmation bar, which comes right here. So this is actually the confirmation bar that I enter long position right after the close of this bar. So everything seems fall in place nicely. We have a loss of the momentum, and we spotted the demand here, and we tested the support level here, and also together with this breakout bar here. And now everything looks perfect when we have this confirmation bar. So right after the close of this confirmation bar, I just entered a long entry and with the anticipation to the upside. So I just put my stop, get some space below this immediate swing low here, and subsequently I just manage my trade by trailing the stop loss. So you can see that my trade actually just got stopped out right at this bearish bar here, because I just pretty much trailed the stop and until this point. So right at this bearish bar here forming, and I got stopped out. So eventually I just got around reward to risk ratio of, I think it's around 1. So not very impressive, not very profitable, but still ends up as a profitable trade, which I am still satisfied. And especially within this short duration of the period, from there was a time here from 10 o'clock my time to around 10:35. So roughly around half an hour. So this short duration time frame trade yielded a reward to risk ratio of around 1. So pretty happy with the results. So anyway, this is the trade review, and let me just get back to the hourly time frame and let's talk more on the current market condition. Right now, if you recall in my video, I mentioned quite a few things. I talk about the potential temporary bottom is formed after we have spotted this descending wedge pattern, and second we have the absorption here, and together with the dynamic rally and breaking out from this descending wedge. So everything just seems to confirm that that could be the temporary bottom for now, and we just need to judge the character of the current rally. So right now seems like we finally have a reaction. So this is the reaction that I actually anticipating, because I think it's relatively safe trade when we have this kind of the rally up followed by a backing up action, and then eventually we can have a reversal. So whether you trade this kind of the reversal or trading the breaking out section is fine if this pattern become valid, because right now if the backup action is relatively shallow, like for example tested the 3320 and then bounce up from here, then this reaction is definitely shorter than any of the reaction that we have seen in this falling wedge. So this is very, very healthy. Otherwise, just watch out if it fails, like having some kind of the increasing of the supply together with big bearish bar, and then eventually just fail and get back to the bottom part of this wedge, then definitely the descending wedge pattern has failed. So anyway, right now I think it's still developing at the moment. For the next, for the immediate trading plan for the later part of the session, I'm actually looking at the immediate support level, which is at 3320 still, because I think logically is quite a nice place formed as a resistance turn support level. So just watch out if you just have some more deep reaction, tested the support level at around 3320, see whether you can just bounce up. Otherwise, if we can just have another breakout of this 3360 immediate resistance level, that could become a nice breakout trade as well. But bear in mind, the immediate resistance level is right at 3360, because you can see that we have one touch, second touch, and in this third touch we have a reaction. The next level that I'm watching is at around 3420, followed by 34.50. So currently, I think the reaction unfolding is very important, because for this kind of the descending wedge to become valid, what we have seen first is already valid. We have a very nice rally and a sharp rally, and together with a backing up action, a reaction that is relatively not threatening, then I think it's good to go. So we should be in the upswing for now to test the immediate resistance level at around 34.20 to 34.50, and we just need to see how he actually reacted from these resistance levels. Okay, so for the trading plan for the later part of the later part of the session, I'm actually looking to long trade. So if you can just come out some more, like come back to test this 33.20 and have some kind of a reversal, then I think this could be my long entry. Otherwise, I will just wait for the price to see how you actually react with this immediate resistance level at 33.60. So that could be a short entry here, or if you just have a successful breakout, then definitely this kind of the breakout trade can be easily taken. So I think that's it for today's video. Hope you enjoyed it and get something useful out from my video. So if you like the video, just click like and also hover it to my name or picture to follow me. And do remember to subscribe to my channel so that you get instant notification of my future video ideas. So as usual, if you have any kind of the questions, suggestions, or trade ideas, or any kind of the charts you would like me to take a look, feel free to comment it below. I will reply to you. Thanks for watching. I will talk to you soon. Bye bye.